Read this next sentence inside your head. The sky is a strange shade of green today. Now, did you hear that? A voice, your voice, sounding out the words? Most people would swear they did. They'd swear there's a narrator up there, talking all day long, every day of their life. But here's the thing, that narrator might be far quieter than you think. And a few people swear it isn't there at all. So which one are you, and how would you ever actually know? Stop and really listen for a second. Right now, is there a voice reading these words to you? For a lot of people, yes, clear as a phone call. For others, nothing. Just the meaning, arriving with no sound attached. And here's the unsettling part. You can't climb inside anyone else's head. You have exactly one mind to check, and it's yours. So when this question went viral a few years back, the internet basically split in half, and each side couldn't believe the other side was real. The headline everyone shared was clean and shocking. 30 to 50% of people have no inner monologue. No voice, total silence up there. Nearly half the planet apparently just thinking without words. It's a great stat. It's also wrong, or at least badly mangled. Because almost everyone has inner speech sometimes. The truth isn't a tidy on-off switch, it's something much stranger. And to find it, it took a man with a beeper. Meet Russell Hurlburt. For decades, this psychologist has been chasing the hardest question in his whole field. What is actually happening inside your head, moment to moment? And there's an obvious problem. The second I ask you to describe your thoughts, you start performing them. You go looking for the voice, and look, there it is. But did you find it, or did you just summon it by checking? So Hurlburt built a trick to catch the mind off guard. He called it descriptive experience sampling. Here's how it works. You wear a beeper, and it goes off at random, no warning, any time of day. The instant it beeps, you freeze. And you write down exactly what was in your experience the moment before the sound hit. Not a story about it, not a neat little summary, the raw thing, caught red-handed. Do that hundreds of times, across hundreds of people, and you get something no survey could ever give you. A snapshot of the unguarded mind. And what Hurlburt found rewrites the whole question. Take all those frozen moments, all those random beeps, and count how many of them actually contained an inner voice. Real words sounded out in your head. The answer? About 1 in 4. Roughly 25% of the time. That's it. Most of your waking life, by this measure, has no narrator running at all. The voice you're so sure never shuts up goes quiet far more than it speaks. You just never caught it because you only ever check when it's already talking. So if you're not talking to yourself in there, what are you doing? This is where it gets good. Hurlburt found your inner life isn't one channel, it's at least 5 of them. There's inner speech, the voice. There's inner seeing, picturing a face, a room, a memory, with no words at all. There's raw feeling, emotion with no commentary attached. There's sensory awareness, the hum of the fridge, the press of the chair under you. And then the strangest one of all, unsymbolized thinking. Unsymbolized thinking is a complete, definite thought with no words and no pictures attached to it whatsoever. You know exactly what you're thinking. You could finish the thought in a heartbeat. But if you froze it and looked closely, there'd be no sentence, no image, just the thought itself standing there naked. It sounds impossible. Most people flat out insist it can't happen. But when the beeper catches them off guard, there it is, again and again. Thinking, it turns out, is not the same thing as talking to yourself. Want to feel this for yourself? Try it right now. Picture your front door, the color of it, the handle, which way it swings open. Got it? Now, was there a single word involved in that? There wasn't. You just thought something rich and specific in total silence. That's inner seeing, no narrator required, and you do it constantly. You've simply spent your whole life noticing the one channel that happens to make noise and assuming it was the entire show. And here's where that viral binary really falls apart. That 25% is only the average. Person to person, the inner voice swings from basically 0 all the way up to nearly 100% of the time. Some minds are loud, some are nearly silent. Which points at a far better question than, do you have a voice? If a few people really do live with the volume turned almost all the way down, does the voice actually do anything? Or is it just noise the rest of us got used to? In 2024, two researchers, Johanna Niedergaard and Gary Lupian, finally gave that silence a name. Anendophasia, a mind with little to no inner speech. Then they put it to the test. They gathered adults with a loud inner voice and adults who reported almost none and ran both groups through a handful of mental tasks. If the voice were just harmless background hum, the two groups should score exactly the same. They didn't. Give people a list of words to hold in mind for a few seconds, and the quiet-minded group remembered noticeably fewer of them. Ask them whether two words rhyme, bought and caught, say, and they were slower and shakier. And why rhyme of all things? Because to catch a rhyme, you have to sound the words out inside your head. No inner voice, no inner echo to compare. So the narrator, it turns out, isn't just narrating, it's holding your place, sounding things out, doing quiet work you never once gave it credit for. But, and this matters, don't go redrawing that clean line again. In 2025, another researcher pushed back hard. His point was simple. The people who report no inner voice might still have one, just fainter or harder to notice or simply harder to put into words. He argued there's no solid proof that anyone is truly, completely silent inside. So the honest answer is that we're still right in the middle of the fight. The map of your own mind is, weirdly, still being drawn. So here's what to actually take with you. The voice in your head isn't a fixed fact about being human, it's a dial. Yours sits somewhere along it, louder or quieter than the person standing next to you, and you will never once hear theirs. So notice it tomorrow. Catch the exact moment your narrator falls silent and you keep right on thinking anyway, wordless, certain, moving. That right there is most of your mind. The part that was never talking and never needed to.